Hey, what's going on, everybody? So listen, you guys know my name is Yusef Scott, also referred to as the Forex GOAT. You guys know, I'm very thankful to have you guys here taking part in watching this video. I know you guys are coming from all across the world, so very thankful to have you guys here support me. And as always, if you guys are not yet connected on social media, of course, Facebook, Instagram, get connected. If you're not a part of the 26,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, or if you're not yet connected with me on Vimeo, get connected. Now listen, today's video is going to be about the movement that took place in the markets. All right, the GBP pairs. You guys noticed there was heavy movement today, and whether it was fundamental reports that caused the movement, you guys know why. I mean, we talked about this during training today. Let me explain something, and hopefully those of you who support the So Darn Easy Forex movement from afar, hopefully you guys will get this. We covered this today in training. There was a video I put out a couple days ago about the GBP NZD being at a great level, and in that video I covered what had transpired a couple years ago when I traded the GBP NZD, and how I was looking at and analyzing the entire market. Now, some of you may have traded on that pair, and some of you may have gotten wiped out. And just like I told my students, it's a reason why I publicize so heavily the perfect entry Forex strategy and the stay in your trade strategy. I explain to my students, and I'm going to explain to you guys, those of you from all across the world, every country. If you don't know by now, please know that trading Forex is risky. Point number one. The next thing is, you must know that the perfect entry strategy and the stay in your trade strategy would have protected you by the market's move today. It would have. I know that there is a lot of people. I've had people emailing me, telling me, hey, listen, I've been wiped out, this, that, and the third. It's crazy. I am here to explain to you guys to keep your eyes open. There are so many people who are after indicators that's supposed to show you where the market is headed. You guys have to know that when you come from a place of, I'll say, a heightened level of awareness, you're going to already be aware of what the market may or may not do, because those indicators only tell you what's happening after the move had already started. And that's why I don't get why there are so many people who rely so heavily on, indicators. I train my students to use less indicators and to use their own self as an indicator. You are your best indicator. All right, I'm going to tell you, you are your best indicator. You determine what it is that you see in the market. I'm no psychic. I can't tell you where the market is going to go exactly. I may give you a heads up where the market may make a move from, where the market may run to, but I don't know exactly. I'm no psychic. But I want to tell you guys something. When you start to rely less on what man created and start relying on yourself, that's when you're going to start to realize how much you've been in the matrix this entire time. You have to get out of this conditioned way of thinking about the market. This is what they want you to believe. There's so much regurgitated misinformation out there that it baffles me. Like I told my students today, while some people, maybe even a lot of people, are upset that the GBP markets went down, they got caught with their pants down, I am happy. And guess what? I'm not even in on a GBP NZD going down. And I'm still happy because I know what's going on. See, it's all a setup. And when you fall for it, may not have gotten you today, but it may get you tomorrow. Now, I'm not wishing and hoping. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. That's not the energy that I'm exuding. That's not what I'm hoping for. That's nothing like what I'm telling you. I want to bring awareness to you all and let you all know that there's a bigger thing that's going on in these markets. They know, maybe I shouldn't say that too loud, but everything is timed. Man, when you guys start to realize these things, when you tap into a wealth of knowledge and wisdom of the Forex market, it's going to blow your mind. It's crazy. It's going to make you sort of cringe sometimes. It's going to make you get chills. And you're going to be like, man, I can't believe that I'm able to see these things. I'm telling you guys, I've gone through a few epiphanies. I've had things shown to me just by looking at the market, just by analyzing the market. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. There's nothing that at this level in this game that, now I'm not trying to sound closed-minded because I know that there are lessons to be learned, but I feel like, I truthfully feel like there's nothing a book can teach me that's better than raw experience. I've seen a lot in these markets, and this is why I've made my mark in the training community, the Forex training community, because I've seen things repetitiously, and these things have been happening repetitiously. These things will continue to happen repetitiously, whether or not you want it to or not, whether or not you know it's going to continue to happen. It's crazy. I just hope that you guys are paying attention. I just hope that you all have your eagle's eye tuned in. Those of you who are unaware of the things that I'm echoing, the things that I'm speaking on, the words that are being uttered out of my mouth, I want you guys to know words are very powerful. There's nothing under the sun that has happened that was not supposed to happen. These things are happening for a reason. There's a reason why you're watching this video right now. Some people see things, hear things, and they dismiss it. They dismiss them. It go right past them, right over their head. They didn't catch it. While others, they're tuned in. They're tuned in. It's time for you guys to be tuned in and realize that these things that are happening in the market, they're supposed to happen, and until you start to pay attention, you'll more than likely continue to be on the path that you're on. All right? I'm gonna leave you guys with something. When I think back on my journey up to this point, I remember losing all the time and, being like, man, I can't seem to crack this thing. And I had to realize that there's a way. I was just unaware. Couldn't give up. I stayed at it. Now that I know these things, I follow the same motion all the time. But before I realized these things, I had to realize within self that there was something that I was doing wrong. I had to make a change. I continued, and I believe that I would have continued to have these issues in the market had I not changed my, I had to change some behaviors. Excuse me. So I want you guys to know this. If you're struggling in the market, there's something that you're doing wrong. There's something that you're unaware of. But until you become aware of that something or those things, until you change the course that you're on, how could you say that things will ever change? You have to make a change in order for something to change. Otherwise, you don't know any better. You're going to keep doing the same thing. That's what it is. So once you get on that plane, stick with it. Don't get off. Because the road is going to be awesome. Unfortunately, the road that I'm traveling down is quite slick and messy out here. But I'm talking literally, not in the Forex sense. No, not in the Forex sense. I really want you guys to realize the possibilities in the market. Know that if you're struggling, you have to. I've been making videos about, mind control, about, the laws of attraction. These things are real, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have to believe it. You guys have to experience it. If you never experienced it, then that's why you don't believe it. Until you experience some things, everything gonna sound foreign to you. It's be like, nah, that guy don't know what he's talking about. And that's fine. It's not for everybody. But I know what time it is. So just know that, you guys, all in a nutshell, trading Forex, it's amazing. You guys have to realize that in this market, everything is timed. There are folks who control the market. They're humans just like us. No robots. They're human. Therefore, they can make things happen in the market. So because of that, you guys have to know that if I can be successful in the market, if they can be successful in the market, so can you. There's something that I'm doing that maybe you're just unaware of, that others are doing and others are aware of, that's helping us become successful. Just like there are things that some folks are just, they're not aware of. They choose not to do certain things. Some people choose to believe that, and I'm not saying that it is impossible, but some people, they hold so much pride inside that they feel like, I'll never ask for help. And oftentimes we have to ask for help. Whether it's us praying for it, asking for help, whether it's us asking someone in the physical for help, you know, we have to ask for help. And it's once we ask, we should be expecting some type of, you know, something in return. If you choose not to ask, if you choose not to say that, you know what, I need help, the world will never know that you're in lack, and you're going to continue receiving what it is that you have. Sometimes you have to just bite the bullet, swallow the pride, and admit within yourself that you need help. So you guys, I've touched on a number of things in this video, things that I didn't plan to touch on, but you know what? Sometimes we have to just let things flow and, you know, just talk in the purest form, because that's when you really start to reach a lot of people. You start to really show your authenticity. This message is not staged at all. This message is something I'm speaking from my core. I want you guys to know, if you need to watch this video again and again to receive it, do it. Because oftentimes when there are messages that a pastor may convey to his congregation, we may receive a bit or piece of that message initially, but oftentimes it takes the person, the individual, to listen to that message a couple different times before he or she can receive the entire message. You know, the actual substance that was meant to be, you know, put out. All right. Hopefully you guys make sense out of what it is that I'm saying. You know, I care to believe that you guys are gonna make good on what it is that I'm telling you. You guys, let's get this paper. All right, it's a lot of money out here. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. You guys have a fantastic one. Peace.